You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Young and Hungry After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Young and Hungry After Show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV. This is the after show for Young and Hungry. This is episode 7, Young and Secret. And I laughed throughout tonight's whole episode. It was so funny. Like, I swear, anybody who was listening to Michelle and I from another room were like, what are they laughing at? It was so good.
Yeah, it was. I actually really enjoyed it. And this time I actually enjoyed Caroline too. Just because, I mean, normally I usually say that I'm not a huge fan of her, but I kind of really liked her relationship with Sophia. That was really cute, and it was like a whole different side to her. I thought it was adorable. It
was interesting because every other time that Caroline has been on, we've always hated her and like, get her off the screen. Yeah. Like, we don't want her to see her at all. And tonight's episode, I actually didn't mind her as much as normal, and we did get to see like kind of like another side of her, like trying to be besties with Sophia, because she, from what we know, she really doesn't have any friends, and Josh is like her only friend.
Yeah, which is weird to me.
Yeah.
But okay.
It's very interesting. So we kind of went on from last episode where Cooper, who is Josh's new employee, and Gabi have started this little relationship where they like each other and they want to date. But Josh said no dating between the coworkers, which we all said last week was because he was actually really jealous. And we still secretly think that he wants to be with Gabi. Yeah. But Cooper comes into the picture and he kind of steals her away, and he's like nerdy.
He's so cute. I mean, not because I really love Jesse McCartney, but he's just so adorable in this episode.
Yeah.
I loved it.
So, in tonight's episode, they get caught walking out of the laundry room saying like, oh, I'll see you later on tonight and at your apartment. Yeah. And Josh overhears them and is like, why are you going over to her apartment later? And so then this is where the line begins, and they decide that, oh, because he's dating Sophia, that's why he has to go over there, which is like a snowball effect.
Of course, like it always is.
It always is. I feel like this seems to happen. Like, she says one thing, and then other things happen, and other things happen. It's like this every single week.
You're right. It's a common occurrence, so we can expect that next week.
It's like her, like we always say, her awkward speaking gets her in trouble because she just talks and talks and talks and talks because she's so awkward, doesn't know what else to say, and so she talks really fast, and then things blurt out. And
but it's so cute.
It is.
I love it.
It's so her. Yeah. So they decide that they're going to cover it up and say that Sophia is dating Cooper. And so Josh, of course, being very hospitable, is like, oh, well, how about you come and have Sophia come with you, and we'll all have dinner together, and Gabi will be the one to cook it, which is so awkward.
Right. Oh my gosh, don't even get me started on their whole dinner date. That was so awkward.
So awkward. And poor Sophia and Caroline at first are like, this sucks. Like, when is this going to be over?
Yeah.
And Gabi's like, oh, weren't you guys talking about how you wanted to sit closer to each other?
Oh my gosh, right?
Isn't it cute how you want to get closer or whatever? It's like, no, they don't.
I didn't understand how Josh just did not see how uncomfortable the two were. And on top of that, Cooper was just like, oh, she likes so-and-so because I'm her boyfriend.
I thought that was somebody like, because we're dating, I know she likes Lord.
Right. He's just clueless.
Yeah. So they devise this plan of Gabi is going to text Sophia in the middle of dinner, and it's going to supposedly be from her ex-boyfriend, and Cooper's going to get mad. Well, things don't really go according to plan, because Cooper, before she even reads the text, is like, oh, is that your ex-boyfriend texting? Like,
because that will make me angry.
Because that would make me angry. Like, why would you think that?
Yeah. So,
of course, well, I don't even know, of course, but Sophia's like, no, it's not my boyfriend, you know?
Well, I thought that was very not surprising for two reasons. One, because she really wanted to go see Lord.
True.
And second, like, you could tell that when Gabi told her the plan in the beginning, like, she wasn't very happy about it, but she just went along with it anyways because they're best friends.
Yes.
But I wasn't surprised that she was like, no, we're not breaking up at all.
So midway through this whole dinner date, Caroline and Sophia bond over the fact that Lord is coming into concert, and Sophia really wants to see Lord perform. And then, what's her name?
The place that she
Caroline.
Yeah. Caroline
has invited Lord to her wedding. And so they talk about, like, how she's actually really good friends with Lord. And then Caroline's like, oh, well, you can come with me to the concert and we'll get backstage passes and blah, blah, blah. And so they end up becoming besties, I guess.
After 3 hours.
After 3 hours. So I think selfishly, Sophia really wanted to go to this concert, and so she didn't want to have a fake breakup with Cooper because she thought it was going to risk her going to the concert.
But I feel like Caroline is a little too into herself to, like, be like, oh, well, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, like, I wasn't expecting her to be like, oh, you guys broke up? Well, you can't come with me.
No, and I didn't expect that either, which was interesting that it was written like she was going to get mad, because I kind of feel like the same. Like, Caroline would care less because she wasn't interested in Cooper. She was interested in hanging out with Sophia. Yeah. So to her, it didn't really make a difference.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
So that was, I thought that was very interesting. So they decide that, well, Cooper actually decides that him and Gabi should ultimately break up because this whole relationship is not really working so well for him and his shingles because they're flaring up.
I was like, okay, Cooper.
Like, okay, so you can't be with her because she's stressing you out.
And your shingles are flaring
up. So they break up, essentially. And I kind of feel like Cooper was just like, whatever. Like,
yeah, like, it didn't seem like he was very invested into it, whereas Gabi was obviously very heartbroken over the fact that they had broken up. So, I don't know.
I wonder if Cooper at any point was, like, getting kind of feelings for Sophia.
I don't think so.
No,
because like, when you watch them together, I feel like their chemistry, like, it wasn't necessarily there, and he was just very awkward, like, he didn't want to be there. But I didn't see it at all. Okay. I mean, did you?
I don't know. I just feel like the breakup was so abrupt that even though he was getting shingles and was stressed out, I feel like there was, like, more behind this.
True.
That we didn't get a chance to see in tonight's episode.
Well, does he seem like a very emotional person to you? Because
No.
He didn't seem that way to me either. So he didn't,
It'll be interesting to see in next week's episode if Cooper stays on and how that relationship either continues, or is it going to be awkward for them to be at work together now?
Yeah.
To see what happens.
Well, and she did ask Josh, like, when she told him, and he was like, no, Cooper's not fired.
Yeah, so that was nice of Josh to be, like, a friend in that moment and not her boss and say, you know,
you guys don't have a job anymore.
Yeah, exactly, and just kind of be there for her to cry on for the moment.
Sweet of him.
Yeah. So Sophia ends up being the third wheel on this Lord concert tour in the limo with Caroline and Josh. And so they're all riding in the car, and Josh asks Sophia, like, hey, can you take a photo of Caroline and I?
Yeah. And
as she's, like, holding up her phone, gonna take the picture, Gabi texts Josh at that same moment and says, don't tell Sophia that Cooper and I broke up, and there it is for her to read.
I thought that was all very convenient.
Yeah.
Mainly because right when she had the phone in her hand, the text came up. But at the same time, like, I was also thinking, like, he's a really big tech guy. And I'm not saying that he has secrets, but, like, there's this option on your phone that allows you to not be able to read your text until you open it.
Yeah.
So it's like, why do you not have that on?
Exactly.
You know, like, so I feel like he planned it. And
I feel like at the same time, like, okay, you've been sneaking around with Gabi, and you still have Caroline there. Wouldn't you have this security feature on your phone?
Yes.
Come on now. You're smarter than that, Josh.
And I'm surprised. Well, I don't know if I'm surprised or maybe Caroline was expecting it, but she wasn't really like, why is Gabi texting you? You know?
Yes, that was my first thought too, is like, wait, why is she
like, isn't
texting?
she jealous?
Yeah. Maybe she just doesn't care.
Maybe.
Because she's so oblivious that they hooked up. So maybe she just figures, oh, it's the boss-employee relationship, and they had this conversation at work, and I don't know, it's still a little personal, but
yeah,
who knows? Maybe she just doesn't care.
Maybe she doesn't anymore because she's gonna get married to him.
Maybe.
And they have a pony together, so
she's got the ring and the pony,
right? And the baby.
Yeah, the baby. So who knows? I don't know what Caroline's thinking, but I feel like tonight's episode we saw the most of Caroline.
Yeah.
Throughout this whole season.
And it was, again, a different side of her. And I liked it up until she got mad at Sophia in the limo and was like, you guys were deceiving me. But then she turned it around so quickly.
I did not expect that at all.
I wasn't expecting it at all either.
I thought she was just going to be mad and go along with it and be like, I hate you. You're just like every other friend that, you know, is deceitful.
This really is the longest friendship that she's ever had.
Yeah.
So weird.
But the funny thing, so after Sophia leaves the limo, Caroline and Sophia decide that they're going to still have lunch together over at Sophia and Gabi's house.
Right.
And Caroline shows up at the apartment and she's like, no, and like turns around and leaves when she looks at what their apartment looks like.
Honestly, I'm surprised that she didn't leave right when she
like pulled up.
Yeah, because obviously they don't make enough to live in a really nice neighborhood. No. So it's like, and you know how San Francisco is.
Yeah.
Like right when you drive into a somewhat bad neighborhood or not looking nice neighborhood, like that's all there is around.
Yeah.
So I'm like, when she got into that neighborhood, I don't know. What was she thinking?
And come on. You couldn't expect the two of them to live in this nice place.
No.
I mean,
come on.
What were you thinking it was going to look like? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But it was not Caroline's style, and she was not about to eat lunch in that apartment.
Right. And she left. Sucks for her, though. It could have been delicious.
So, speaking of which, after Gabi and Sophia had their little, I don't know, argument over this whole Cooper breakup thingy, whatever, they decide that they're going to, like, dig into this full-on cake, which I thought was
amazing.
It's so funny. Like, I was like, yeah, we should definitely just do that. Like,
right.
Who cares about cutting it when you're just the only two eating it?
Exactly. Why cut the cake when it's just going to go in your stomach? Right?
It's a good point. So, speaking of food, tonight we had also Yolanda and Elliot, who were on some kind of like juice cleanse, I guess you could say, because Elliot is trying to like look fierce for his old, what do you call them? Exotic dancer friends?
The boy toys of Illinois.
Yes, the boy toys of Illinois. So Elliot like wants to look all fine for these guys that he used to dance with. So him and Yolanda like get on this little juice cleanse craze for a few days. And the funny part of this is they both rigged the scale.
I know. Oh, when Yolanda admitted that she did it, I thought that was very sweet of her. And then Elliot was like, I did it too. And I'm like, so you guys lost nothing. Like,
no.
You guys didn't lose any weight at all.
But it was, I mean, really, like, Yolanda, put it back 15 pounds, and then Elliot did, like, another 10 or something like that,
15.
or 15.
He did 15, too.
So they both did 15 pounds. Like, did you really think you were going to lose 15 pounds in 3 days? Like, how crazy are you?
I don't know. Well, juice cleanses, I feel like, usually go on for, like, 5 days or, like, a week. So I don't know what they were expecting.
Well, okay, so It's maybe a little too much, but as of the first scene when they had the juices and it hit them like that, clearly they thought they were going to lose a lot of weight after that.
Yeah, they probably did, but they didn't.
No. Sorry. So let's get into some predictions for what we think is going to happen for next week's episode.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Well, I am hoping and predicting that Cooper comes back for the next episode, and maybe he and Gabi will hash some things out, like talk about it. Hopefully.
I hope so too. I haven't really looked at any of the promos for next week, so I'm not sure if he's in them or anything, or looked on IMDb or anything like that. So I have no idea. So I would like to see Cooper kind of keeping a reoccurring character, especially for the fact that Josh said that he wasn't going to fire him. So he's probably going to be around, I would assume. Yeah. So I would like them to, like you said, hash things out and maybe get their relationship going back again. Because so last week's episode when they first got together, they sat down and like talked about every single worst trait that they had with each other. And they, after every single one, like, I love you even more. It's like, okay, so you went through that whole entire thing. Yeah. But one day is going to kill the whole relationship.
Yeah, I think maybe he was just like acting irrational.
I think so too. So
with his shingles.
Let's just blame it on the shingles. Poor Cooper. So yeah, I hope that Gabi and Cooper can work things out, and I would like to say I'd like to see Caroline back again, but I don't know. I don't really mind if she's gone again. Sorry, you were nice this episode, but no.
Maybe be a little nicer, and we'll like continue to want you on the show.
But she was actually pretty nice this entire episode.
I was, again, surprised.
Yeah. She wasn't deceitful in any way.
No, she was not.
Crazy. All right. So let everybody know where they can find you on social media.
Well, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at _Michelle Phi.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Heather Joy Smith. And we will see you all next week. Thanks for watching.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.